Homes, located in Jackson, Kentucky, has been serving Breathitt and surrounding counties for over 27 years. They have new manufactured homes from Norris, Clayton, and Fleetwood, single wides, double wides, and also an assortment of quality used homes. Many financing options available, offering site prep, delivery, and setup for a no-hassle experience. To find your new home, visit them at 42 Jets Drive in Jackson or on the web at www.lakesidehomesjackson.com or call 606-666-7558.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies, including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, glad you could join us for our Saturday matinee broadcast here on the BSN Bluegrass Sports Nation. Coverage of the Breathitt Bobcats taking on the Leslie County Eagles today. This is another matchup that a lot of people thought would be a lot closer when they played up in Leslie County, Casey, but the Bobcats showed up and put a lot of people on notice that night. You got any thoughts about today's game?
Well, I'll just tell you, Breathitt's been on a different level of late. We've got to see them really shine. Last time out against Wales Springs there, they struggled early on, and then later on they kind of took care of business as Wales Springs did some, shots. They took some shots that they shouldn't have been taking late in that game. But having said that, we've seen – I guess I wouldn't say it's the Rise because he's been there. He's been kind of their focal point up to this point. It was Jalen Turner. Jalen has really took ownership of this team, and when he gets going, this Bobcat team is just so tough, man.
Well, I didn't really give any introductions. I think after last week, Casey, I don't think myself or you need any introductions. As you know, we're now the BSN Tag Team Champions of the world.
I tell you what, man, it's taken off too. It's really taken off.
We're going to keep running with that. I don't know how many people we got watching, but I'm going to make note of this a couple times tonight. If you guys are watching or listening to us and you're not a Breathitt County Bobcat or a Jackson City Tiger, but maybe you're out in the region somewhere, Casey Allen and myself are going to be starting a sports show sometime in the very near future, as in weeks probably. And we would love to have as many sponsors, people helping take care of this show and getting this show off the ground. We want to try to cover as many athletes and as many sports as we can in the 14th region, not just our Bobcats and Tigers here locally, but we want to try to cover as many teams and athletes, student athletes as we can in this region, and that's one reason we're getting this going. So if you know a business or someone out there that might want to be a sponsor on our sports show, give Casey or myself a private message on Facebook, and we'll be happy to talk to you about it and let you know what direction we're going and how this is going to roll. With Casey Allen and myself,
it's going to take off, man. I tell you,
it's already took off.
Me and you've talked quite a bit lately about it. I know Ty's mentioned it. Before the football season started, pre-COVID, I guess you could say we had discussions, but. Since these broadcasts, man, we've had we've kind of become in a high demand situation, I guess you can say. I'm not to brag, but a lot of people seem to enjoy our banter going back and forth and things like that. And that's kind of like what our sports show is going to be about. We've discussed it, and I'm really excited about the future that we have here as far as our broadcast on BSN, but our sports show coming soon. You talked about the 14th region, but we're talking about extending that even further. I've had people reach out and was like, you guys are awesome. We would love to be a part of it, but you guys are not covering our area. Well, part of that's because our crew is so small right now, and we're spread so thin with what our broadcasts are, but that doesn't mean that we don't know what's going on in other regions and different levels of sports. So we're definitely going to add that to our repertoire. Is that right?
Repertoire, yeah,
okay. All right. So we're going to add that to that, and we're going to that's kind of our breaking news, I guess. I made a little post earlier about that, but we're going to try to start us we're not going to try, we're going to do it, as a sports show featuring teams in this area, high school, middle school, college athletes that may be from this area that we can discuss. We've got connections throughout that thanks to BSN. So definitely looking forward to what's to come in the very near future with BSN and our broadcast. And we've discussed about doing a traveling show where we could, if somebody's sponsoring us, we set up at their business and people can come in and interact with us and interact with us on our broadcast here as we're live. I believe we're live both on Facebook and YouTube.
Facebook, YouTube, and we have a link on the website, on the Bluegrass Sports Nation website, if you would like to log on to the website and use it.
Well, we would appreciate it if you would do that, just so we can make sure that link is working. Well, I know it worked last time, but you never know with technology these days, as we try to bring you the best coverage that we possibly can.
Well, Coach Justin Rice brings the Leslie County Eagles in here at 5-7. The Eagles looking to avenge a huge deficit in the loss that Breathitt brought them at their home court about a week ago.
I tell you, Rob, this Leslie County team really puzzles me because earlier in the season they had they had a pretty big win against Perry Central.
Yeah.
And at that point, a lot of people, they opened their eyes to Leslie County, and a lot of people thought that maybe that they could make a run in the 14th region. And then the last few games have kind of subsided with that and have some question marks that need to be answered. They're still a formidable opponent for Breathitt. In the warm-ups here, they've definitely got some size to them and some athleticism. So it should be a very interesting ball game, to say the least, I believe. And anytime it's in the 14th region, you never know. That's the beautiful thing about the 14th region, is it's wide open.
Well, I'm glad I went down and took a picture of the scores book, as they've changed up the starting lineup a little bit for the Eagles here tonight. Coach Rice got his players together, talking to them here on the bench and giving some last-minute direction to one of his troops. We are privileged to have John Noble back on the bench with the Bobcats here tonight. And breaking news, as Casey Allen and myself earlier saw the one and only Mike Holcomb enter into the Coliseum here today. So
Coach is up in the stands today. Normally he stands down there on the baseline and watches the games, but he's up in the bleachers today.
He's sitting up watching the game. We're glad to have him here with us, taking this game in, and glad he can come back and visit a little bit. Folks, with about 29 seconds left here before the game starts, we are going to pause for a minute, and we're going to have a prayer and national anthem, so we'll cut away and be right back. Another fine rendition of the national anthem performed by Pastor John Bunn. We're glad to have him back with us to do that for us today as Leslie Eagles come to town, Casey, to face the Bobcats here this afternoon. Like I said earlier, this is a matinee version, if you will, of the Bluegrass Sports Nation's coverage of Bobcat basketball action here in the 14th region. I'm suspecting that, now we got the clock set. Coach Rice giving the Eagles a few last-minute orders down here in front of his bench. Coach John Noble's got his Bobcats lined up. And now we'll get the starting lineups for the Eagles. Number 12, Trenton Day. Number 24, Kobe Bowling. Number 33, Jason Baker. That's the young man that was doing some rather acrobatic warm-ups. Number 13, Wyatt Hensley. Been playing great basketball as of late. And number 14, John Buckle. There's the starting lineups for the Eagles. And now for the Breathitt Bobcats. As I mentioned, we welcome Coach John Noble back to the bench as he was out for a couple games.
It's good to see him back on the sideline.
Great to see him back. He looks like he's been prepping for us, Casey. He looks like he's in tip-top shape, as you said.
I don't know if you've seen his post when I tagged him in it, but he had the sunglasses dropping down emoji there.
He sees you.
He knows we're here.
Number 1, Jalen Turner for the Bobcats. Number 2, Tyler Christie. Number 4, Luke Bellamy. Number 5, Big Bryce Hoskins. And lastly, number 14, Austin Sperry. There's your starting lineups for the Breathitt Bobcats. I'll tell you what, Casey, as of late, this starting 5 for the Bobcats has been unstoppable. You know, we talked about how Wellspring Guardians came in here and did a few things different. And I think the Bobcats kind of, I almost want to say they played down to the competition that night. A lot of people were expecting a lot bigger deficit, and Wellspring kept it pretty close. Breathitt will get the ball early as Bellamy inbounds it to Sperry. Sperry comes across the midcourt line. Looking inside. He's over in the corner to Christie. Christie dumps it off to Turner inside. Now to Hoskins off the backboard, and that's good. First 2 points for Bryce Hoskins. Nice pass inside by Jalen Turner and Tyler Christie both to get Hoskins the ball. Breathitt applies the press early.
As they should get him the ball, as he's played outstanding basketball of late. Deserves a little bit of a feature, I guess you could say.
Buckle dumps it off over to Hensley with a big 3-point shot, no good. And inside was Baker. His shot's no good. Sperry comes down with it now, brings it up for the Bobcats. Over to Bellamy on the right wing. Over to Christie in the corner now, back over to Bellamy. Sperry with it at the top of the key, directing traffic.
Leslie's in a 2-3 zone here. They should be careful with that because Breathitt does have a lot of shooters on the floor at the moment.
Over to Bellamy, now back out top of the key to Christie. Christie working against Hensley, drives the lane, puts up a shot, and it's good. Nice little floater off the backboard for Tyler Christie.
Breathitt off to a decent start here as they're scored on back-to-back possessions, over the first 2 possessions of the game, if you will.
Day almost lost a handle on it, but he comes back up with it. He's got the ball at the top of the key, calls the offense. He wants a pick on Christie. Day kicks it back out to Bowling, now over to Buckle. Now back to Hensley. Now back to Day. Day working against Christie. Trying to find something on the inside. Nothing doing so far. Bowling with it. Now over to Hensley. Hensley back to Day. Now over to Bowling. Kobe Bowling going to drive the lane against Turner. Almost loses a handle on it. Give inside to big number 33, Baker, and he goes up for the first 2 points for Leslie County.
Baker was calling for the ball the entire possession there.
Well, he looked impressive in warm-ups. As you see, Christie put up a big 3 from the corner, no good, and Day comes down with a rebound for the Eagles. Chance for the Eagles to tie this one up. 5:54 to go in the first period. Day working against Christie. Looking for a pick, gets it, but Christie gets by. Day going to drive the lane, puts up a layup, and they do. Eagles tie it. 5:44 to go in the first period.
Excellent response by the
4-4. Yeah, great response.
You know, I played against a very good football player. Wow, what a pass.
Nice upstairs pass to Jalen Turner, and Turner able to work the block and get it in. 6-4 Bobcats.
But as I was saying there, I played against a really athletic linebacker that played for Leslie County. His name was Tim Baker. And I just wonder if he's any relation because they both have this similar build.
Could be. Buckle with it. Scramble on the floor against Bellamy and Turner. Buckle gets up with it. Let's see what the call's going to be. I think they called jump ball. Eagles going to come back up with the ball now. Bowling going to inbound the ball for Leslie. Looking. Gets it in.
Wow, they're gonna go after him defensively, ain't they? Oh,
Buckle.
Wow.
Yeah, Buckle got across midcourt with it, and Mr. Referee here going to call a foul.
Considering the fact that there was no fouls called on the drives early by Breathitt, I don't understand the early whistle right there.
First one goes against Luke Bellamy as he's charged with that foul. Hensley now drives the lane, puts up a nice layup by Wyatt Hensley. 6-6, tie ball game, 4:53 to go in the first period.
Leslie County's definitely come out with intensity.
Well, they got a big point deficit to avenge in that loss at home. As you watch Sperry work into the lane, look for a pass, put up a shot, no good, and Day comes down. I think Baker was the one with the rebound. He's calling for it inside against Hoskins.
He's wanting the ball bad right now.
Well, he better be on his A game if he's going to bring it against Big Bryce down on the low block. Hensley now dumps it off to Buckle. Buckle goes inside, puts up a jump shot, no good. Ball comes down, bounces around. Sperry comes up with it, and he's driving hard to the basket. Stops, puts up a shot, no good. Baker with the rebound.
And I'm impressed with this Baker kid. He's athletic, he's tall, he's got some hops to him.
Trenton Day going to bring it up for the Eagles. Kick back out, top of the key, big 3-point shot. That was Bowling, put up the shot, no good. Turner comes down with it, brings it up for the Bobcats. Sperry Now back to Turner. Now back to Sperry. Looking inside for Hoskins. Back out to Turner. Back to Sperry. Back to Turner.
Going to give a shout out to Trace Kincaid. He says, you boys are going to put Dickie V out of a job. LOL, go Breathitt.
You keep telling them, Trace. Well, I'm right with you, buddy. As Tyler Christie goes up with a nice shot off the backboard and draws the foul. I love my boy Trace. Got to give him a Coco a shout.
I got both of them in my class, and I just tell you, I'm blessed to have them both. They're great young men.
Tyler Christie steps to the line for his first free throw. 3:40 to go in the first period. Bobcats with an 8-6 lead. You know, the first period, Tyler misses that free throw. Turner chases the ball down. He's going to go down the lane, puts up a nice finger roll layup by Jalen Turner.
He's so gifted.
What I was going to say, in that first matchup, the Bobcats really came out in that first period and just smacked the Eagles up there on their home court. I think at one point it was 24-4 early in that ball game. I don't know what the score, at the end of the first period was, but I know Breathitt blew it way open in the first period.
I don't know if he called a foul on Jalen there. I didn't know if he called it out of bounds or what, but it looks like he called a foul on Jalen.
There's a lot of scrapping going on for the ball right here in front of Breathitt's bench when that foul got called. As you see, number 24 bowling with it. Now over to Hensley. Hensley dumps it inside today, working against Christie. Goes up, puts up a shot off the backboard, good. Hoskins inbounds the ball to Sperry. Sperry across midcourt. Got Turner over in the corner. Turner going to drive, puts up a nice shot, rolls off, no good. Hensley with the rebound for the Eagles. Eagles come down the court quickly, over to Bowling. Now back to Hensley. Hensley top of the key, working against Luke Bellamy. Bellamy works around the pick. Back to Day.
They're moving the ball around really well, Leslie County is.
Just had to read a few comments, Coach.
I understand that. Baker high off the glass.
Oh, we got it to drop. Nice put in by Baker. Off the backboard, rolled all the way around the rim. Got that one in. That was a great job by Baker inside.
They're communicating really well, Leslie County is.
The Eagles look good right now.
Yeah. You can definitely tell that they've been coached up a lot since their loss to Breathitt last week.
Christie with it in the corner, and they're going to say he dribbled it out of bounds. Turnover, Bobcats. Ball going to go to the Eagles.
And I'd just like to say that for the COVID situation, we have a really big crowd here tonight. And I think it's the biggest crowd that I've seen at a high school basketball game this season.
For Saturday afternoon, we've got a great crowd here at the Coliseum, that's for sure. Glad everybody could join us on our YouTube and Facebook or internet link also.
Leslie County takes their first lead of the ball game.
12-10 with 1:35 to go in the first period. Sperry working with it over to Bellamy. Bellamy back to Sperry. Sperry going to drive the lane, puts up a nice floater, rims out, got his own rebound, tap, no good, goes back up again, no good, no foul called either. And Day comes down with it for the Eagles. A lot of fans here wanting a foul as Sperry went up 3 times to get his own rebound and couldn't get the ball to go in the hoop.
You know me, Rob. I love contact just as much as the next one, but I just don't understand how you can call a little slap on the wrist, but then somebody grabs you and you don't call it.
3 attempts under the basket like that. There was a foul somewhere, I guarantee it. Hensley puts up a long 3, no good. Here comes Luke Bellamy for the Bobcats. They push it across midcourt. 51 seconds to go, and now they're going to call a little cheap foul.
This is what frustrates me.
They're making up for the last possession, Casey.
They must have hurt us up here.
I'm sorry. We try to not talk about the referees, but
I mean it's the hardest job.
It is a hard job. The last possession, folks, saw Sperry go up about 3 times getting his own rebound, and no foul called under the basket, and that there just a little check foul called. It's all right. We'll take it. Ball back out to Turner, shoots the 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound Hoskins, goes up strong, put up and in by Bryce Hoskins.
I'm telling you right now, if I had to give a player of the month award, it would be to Bryce Hoskins right now, based on what I've seen, because he has absolutely took a leadership role of this ball club.
Combs in the ball game now for the Bobcats as Turner steps in front of the pass, takes that one away, over in the corner to Bellamy. Bellamy.
Better watch out.
Over to Combs now. Cross-court pass, back over to Combs. He likes that shot. Turner going to drive to the basket, puts it up and in, good.
Referees must have heard us about the fouls.
Well, they're hearing a lot right now. As I was watching Coach Justin Rice of the Eagles sit there in the referee's ear, he wanted a walk called over here in the corner, and he was right in the referee's ear, but didn't do much good as Jalen Turner's found himself at the line after a nice drive to the basket.
And it is difficult, you know, the call a game. It is difficult. We're not saying one way or the other, but if you're going to call it one way, call it consistently. That's the only thing. That's the big thing for me and you, is we've seen that several times this year being an issue.
Eagles content to just walk it across the court, try to get it across from the press. 2 seconds now, 1 second, and Eagles get called for a travel, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first period. Bobcats with a 15-12 lead over the Eagles. We're going to take a quick break and pay some bills and play some commercials. We'll be right back.
Homes, located in Jackson, Kentucky, has been serving Breathitt and surrounding counties for over 27 years. They have new manufactured homes from Norris, Clayton, and Fleetwood, single wides, double wides, and also an assortment of quality used homes. Many financing options available, offering site prep, delivery, and setup for a no-hassle experience. To find your new home, visit them at 42 Jets Drive in Jackson or on the web at www.lakesidehomesjackson.com or call 606-666-7558.
Variety Pizza. Family owned and operated, serving the community with homemade and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more for over 45 years. Located at 1189 Main Street, Jackson, Kentucky. Available for dine-in and carry-out, with private party spaces available. Stop by and visit us or call 606-666-5454.
All right, we're back. Second period action has started here as Sperry over to Combs now. Back to Bellamy in the corner. Bellamy going to bring it out. Working on that left wing. He's working against Buckle. Dishes over to Sperry. Now in the corner to Combs. Combs passes inside to Hoskins. Hoskins over in the corner to Bellamy, who's wide open for three. Looked great when it left his hand, and it was nothing but net. That's the first three-pointer for Luke Bellamy tonight. Look out. If he gets hot from three-point, he likes that shot, especially when he's open. Eagles trying to get the ball across midcourt, and they do. Breathitt's applied the press now here effectively so far. Big three-point shot by Day's no good.
An absolute battle down low.
Baker comes up with it. Shot was no good. Day gets the rebound, no good. And Andrew Combs comes up with it for the Bobcats.
Nicole Combs says, "Go Bobcats! Missed the best broadcast team ever. Hope you had a good birthday yesterday, Casey. Loving being able to watch Hoskins and the rest of this very talented team." I know this is a little bit long, but I had to read it. They make me nervous at times, but it's definitely always enjoyable to watch them. Yes, I have to agree with you. Now, I did have a great birthday. I had a lot of shout-outs from a lot of people, and it's very humbling to me. Had several players that I coach and some that I coached in middle school that now are just basketball players at the high school reach out to me as well. As Andrew Combs was one of them. Me and him had a really good conversation yesterday.
I told you were well appreciated as Bellamy puts up another three from the same spot, and it's rebounded by Sperry in a quick putback. 2 points by Austin Sperry.
Well, Rob, where was my Facebook shout-out from you yesterday? I know you texted me, but, I mean, are you ashamed to tell everybody about our partnership?
No, brother, I'm not ashamed. That's why I private messaged you. I knew you were too busy reading everybody else's message, and I wasn't going to get through if I didn't private message you.
Pace is picked up here.
Quick basket by the Eagles. 20-14 now. Bobcats in the lead. 5:50 to go in the second. Sperry with it inside to Hoskins. Left open, goes up to the basket, and it's good. Big Bryce once again inside. Like you said, it's a battle inside right now between him and Baker.
Nicole Combs, my point exactly. It doesn't count unless it's on Facebook, Rob.
Well, I'll remember that next year. I was just going to say I'd let you catch up to me for a few days in age, but it won't be long before I'll have one. So Hensley now with it at the top of the key for the Eagles, working against Combs. Now he drives in.
That's great
against
defense.
Bellamy, no good. Baker goes up with it, and they're going to call that foul on Sperry.
Who are they calling? They call it on Sperry?
I think so. Nope.
Called on Bryce.
Called it on Bryce.
I was wondering.
The basket. Sperry had a hand up there too. I've just seen his hand up there outreach first. So
T. Wayne Willis is watching. He's an excellent athlete in his day and
good to hear from him.
Great coach. Wish him nothing but the best of luck in his future endeavors as well.
Good luck, Twain. 66 people now watching us on YouTube.
Got 135 right now on Facebook.
We always want to remind everybody to chime in, give us some comments. We'll try to get you a shout out. Let us know how we sound. We always have some difficulties, but we got the executive producer Ty back here tonight, so everything seems to go real smooth when we got Ty on board.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing to worry about when Ty's here. We just talk.
Baker's going to come out for the Eagles. Maybe wiping a little blood off that lip as he came across the floor. And looks like big number 3, that's Trayton Abner into the game for the Eagles, big man. Rebound down to Turner, and Turner threw it away to Sperry. Goes up with it. That was Buckle. 2 points for the Eagles. 22-18 now.
Wanda and Doug Adams says, "Come on, Leslie. Thank you for your broadcast." Wanda, thank you for tuning in with us. We greatly appreciate that as Combs launches a 3.
Big man Abner comes down with a rebound now. Over to Day. Day dishes off to Hensley. Hensley going to bring the ball across midcourt for the Eagles. Gets a pick, puts up a 3, no good. And that ball's tipped by Hoskins. Sperry ended up with it, and looks like going to get a foul called on big number 3, Trayton Abner, on Hoskins as he went up for the rebound.
See, I've been so, and I've said this throughout this broadcast so far, but I've been so impressed with his effort, Hoskins, talking about Hoskins here, as he has been a workhorse for the Bobcats of late.
Well, just as you were saying that, great no-look pass by Hoskins as he was looking at Combs and passed it across the court to Bellamy in the opposite direction. Turner going to drive the lane, but he's fouled. No shot, so Bobcats will take the ball out of bounds. The foul is going to be on Buckle. That's his second for the Eagles. Combs over on the left wing, back to Sperry, top of the key. Sperry looks inside.
I would like to know what Combs' limit is from his range.
It's way out there. As you see, Sperry put up a long 3, no good. Ball tipped. Bobcats try to save it and can't. Out of bounds. Turner and Sperry having a little conversation about that tipped basket right then.
Wanda and Doug chiming in again. I'm waiting for my grandson Ethan Wolf to get in there for another 3. Hey, I tell you what, well, he has been a really bright spot in a dim time, if you will, with this pandemic. Is he the story? If you guys haven't seen, you have to look it up. He got into the game the other night and hit a 3. I believe it was against Harlan Independent, and man, I tell you, it gave me chills because, the kid is just and again, I don't know him personally, but just being up here and watching him, he's always in the huddle. He's even in warm-ups, he was bobbing his head with the music, getting with it. So
he was shooting the 3 out here in warm-ups. He was putting it up. So Wanda, we look forward to seeing Ethan get in the game too. That's one of those moments that you look forward to in any sporting event, when a young man like Ethan can get in the ball game and make something happen. And you see the Eagles now as Hensley with the ball over today, now to Buckle.
And whether he realizes it or not,
he's
made a huge impact on a lot of people across this country.
Not just on his team, but across the country.
So hats off to him and this Leslie County team for having him on board. Now, man, he's a straight bucket because he launched that thing as soon as he got it. And
he drained that 3 in that game that I watched. Sperry with the ball, 3:18 to go before the half. Bobcats with a 2-point lead. And, Big Abner, I think, is going to get, Trayton Abner going to get called for another foul quickly there as he was putting the pressure on Hoskins. No shot, so
Baker's going to come back in.
Baker's coming back in for Abner. Hoskins taking the ball out for the Bobcats.
If somebody can you let us know what grade Abner's in?
Bellamy thought about the 3, steps, dishes over to Sperry. Ball goes out of bounds as that pass was just errant, a little out of Sperry's reach. 22-20, much different ball game here than the first time these two met, Casey. 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go before the half. Leslie County, the Eagles have found themselves in a good ball game here with the Bobcats. Day with it, working against Turner.
Yeah, they didn't come here to lose. That's obvious with the way that they've played a very aggressive game. Okay, so Abner is a senior. I was just wondering about that. Thank you guys for chiming in here as Jason and Oscar. Appreciate you guys for doing that. Thank you.
Day drives the lane and gets blocked by Turner, and then
we got one calling jump ball and one calling a walk.
Well, there was 2 blocks within about a second right there as Day went up with it, and Jalen Turner swatted it out. Baker went back up with it, and pretty much Bryce just palmed the ball as he went back up with it, and that's where the jump ball came from. Over in the corner to Christie now, who's back in the game. Back to Sperry at the top of the key, 22-20, 2:35 to go in the second. Hoskins working against Baker, goes up, nice shot, gets the roll. Bryce Hoskins.
You know what I've realized? I think it's the fact that Bryce is wearing them extremely bright shoes, and I love them, by the way, so nobody hate on him for them. But, yeah, I love the – woo, we got an alley-oop there.
Hensley drove to the basket, threw up a lob to Baker, and Baker taps it in. 2:10 to go in the second.
But what I was saying there is, with Bryce wearing those bright shoes, they're making a conscious effort to get him the ball down in the paint. So maybe he's standing out a little bit more.
Christie working off the block, kicks back out to Bellamy with a 3, no good. Day comes down with a rebound over Hoskins.
Jason Lewis says, anytime, man, you all are great announcers. We appreciate that, man. I'm telling you, our audience has swelled our heads up to the point of I don't know if we can fit through the double doors.
You know, and what means a lot to me, Casey, is like I said last week, these folks don't know that they're just talking about 2 old country boys that like to play football. And Brendan Miller said, man, I need somebody to call a basketball game. Would y'all even be interested? You know, and I told him, I said, well, I know the difference between a 2-3 zone and man-to-man. So we gave it a shot, and here we are a few games later as Baker finds himself at the free throw line.
Experts, if you will. No. You might be an expert. Me, on the other hand, not so much. Although I have been calling some adjustments pretty well of late.
Yeah,
I will say that. I got to brag on myself a little bit. I pat myself on the back.
I like to talk. That's the only thing I'm an expert at is I like to talk. Day's free throw shot's no good. Buckle comes down with it. He's going to drive back out top of the key, gives it to Day. Day wanting to set the offense, gets some instructions from Coach Rice. Hensley inside, kicked it back out to Bowling, now back to Day. Day trying to direct the offense. Wants a pick from Bowling. Bellamy works around it. Oh, Jalen Turner says get it out of there again as another block. But the Eagles come back with it. Buckle puts up a 3, no good off the backboard. Bellamy with it now with 1:10 to go. Day tried to knock it away and doesn't. Jalen Turner dished to Christie in the corner, puts up a nice 3-point shot. Rings the rim and goes in for Tyler Christie. Nice basket.
Georgia Stallard says, love the shoes, Bryce. I do too. I swear, I think I may try them on after the game if you'll let me.
Well, the referee that nobody knows here tonight, that we mentioned earlier, calls a little blocking foul on Jalen. Jalen kind of had set up shop and had his feet still. And
it'll be 2 on Jalen.
That's 2 on Jalen. He got ran into. And Combs is back in the ball game for the Bobcats now. Coach John Noble pleading his case to the referee, and the referee says, hey, it's over and done with. I seen it and called it like I seen it. So John Noble's going to stay in his ear for a little bit. 40 seconds to go here before the half as Hensley puts up a big 3, no good. Ball down to Buckle, now back to Baker. Baker working against Hoskins. He's going to drive, turn, puts up a wild hook shot off the backboard. Surprised himself. Big smile by Baker. That even surprised himself when he did that. Spurry drives the lane with a layup, no good. 27-24, 19 seconds to go. Bowling drives, changes hands, puts up a nice shot around Hoskins, and that's good. 27-26. Leslie County coming back within 1.
Got us a game.
Less than 10 to go. Spurry looks to drive in the lane, slips and falls, kicks it over to Combs, now to Bellamy, and Day going to get called for the foul against Luke Bellamy.
Yeah, if he didn't grab him right there, Bellamy had a clear path to the basket, so that was a good foul.
I think Spurry was headed to the basket, and he just slipped and fell and didn't had to dish it off. And
yeah, I think that was a good no call because he did have his forearm into the defender there. We got 1 second left to go in the half here, but I think that was a good no call. But the call over there on the foul that sent Bellamy to the line for this 1-and-1 was a good one because he had a wide open lane.
Nice free throw by Luke Bellamy as his first one goes in.
Wade Neese says, Casey, you were a dandy at MRC back in the day. Yeah, it's been a long time. You taught me how to use my body to box out when I played basketball, so I appreciate that, Wade. Coach Neese, I should say.
Second shot by Bellamy is good. Eagles got about 1 second to get it up, and they launch a shot, bounces off the backboard, no good. And we find ourselves at halftime. Bobcats in a much closer game than they had a week ago, 29-26. Bobcats with the lead. We'll take a quick break and go to commercial here. We'll be right back.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, folks, we're back here at the Fairce Old Woods Coliseum where the Breathitt Bobcats have a 29-26 lead over the Leslie County Eagles right now. Casey, we've been joined, and I won't spend a whole lot of time introducing this young man because if anybody knows me, they know about the North Fork Lumberjack football team. And you know, I got to give props to this young man. He's one of the best sixth grade players that I've ever had the opportunity to coach and be around, and just to watch him move on the football field. You know, it really took me back to when I had the pleasure of playing with his dad. And, you know, I think the world of Kylan Combs, and we're lucky enough to have him here with us at halftime. Kylan, what do you think about this ball game, buddy?
It's going to be a good ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I tell you what, Leslie County has surely come out here to not get beat this time as they did up there at their home court. Kylan, what have you been into lately?
Not a lot of hunting and fishing and stuff, you know.
He should have said homework. What he should have said, because I'm one of his teachers now.
Yeah, I was going to leave that up to Casey to mention that he is blessed to have Kylan in class now. Kylan is a man of many, many attributes. He's not only a great football player and a great student, but the young man, you teach yourself to play the banjo?
Yeah.
Yeah, taught himself to play the banjo. We've witnessed that before. Just a fine specimen here in Breathitt County that we like to brag on every chance we get. Casey, how's he doing in school?
He's doing fantastic. He tells me from time to time, Coach, I'm sorry for logging in late, but I told him the most important thing is that he made it, and he's an exceptional student. But one thing, you know, we focus a lot on sports here, and he is an absolute pleasure to have in class. His smile lights up the room when he comes in, even though he's got a mask on. I love hearing his voice in the mornings, especially in the virtual classroom. But One thing I wanted to touch on while we had him here was the future star stuff. We call him Tater, Tatum Skidmore, and your brother Corey Combs represented Breathitt County and all of Eastern Kentucky so well in that future stars. As you guys went down and ended up playing for a national championship in the tournament down there in Florida. Just tell us a little bit about that experience and what you learned as an athlete going forward.
It was a wild experience, and it really shows how different we are, because they play it's like a completely different type of football.
Yeah.
The speed goes up a little bit, but otherwise it's the same game, and makes me I have the same amount of fun.
Well, that's what matters, and that's what matters to me. I'll tell you one thing about Kylan that really comes to mind, and I think about it in the last games that we played over at Johnson Central, but it happened in many games. You know, myself and Kylan's dad, Shorty Combs, will be on the sideline, and you know, we the game's at hand. It's ours. We know we're in this when we've got it won, and we make the call to bring Kylan out. And you talk about making somebody mad. I don't think it never hurts a kid's feelings as bad as it hurts Kylan to take him out of the game.
Well, one thing I wanted to talk on about that too is Kylan's just not only good at football. Kylan, you're an excellent basketball player too. On the hardwood, you've got some skills as we've got the principal at the school, Jason Fugate, chiming in. Mr. Fugate's chiming in. He knows a little thing. He coached me when I was in school, but. Yeah. I mean, tell us a little bit about your playing days so far with basketball. Is that something you plan on continuing through your middle school and high school career as well?
I'm really not sure about going on because I don't have the best skill set, but I would like to play farther up in levels. I want to thank my coach, Jason Fugate, for coaching me so well.
Now, you may not see it, and you think that your skill set may be diminished in basketball, but everybody that watches you knows that you are an exceptional athlete, and on the basketball court, you're tenacious with your defense, and you're such a pleasure to watch and having in class, and I'm thrilled to be at MRC where I'm able to have you in there and to work with you on a daily basis. It's an absolute pleasure to do that, and I'm super excited, Rob, about having this guy at the high school with me in a few years. And look out state, because the state of Kentucky is going to be in for it when this guy gets up there.
Well, you know, the thing that I've told people this last year is, and I told the old man up here by the camera, Shorty Combs, I told him a few years ago that there's a few records in that book that has his name on it. In a few years, it's going to get changed, and it's going to be a different Combs. And at that time, a lot of people thought it was going to be Corey, and it is. Corey's going to make some things happen, and he's probably going to break some records and be there. But I tell you what, we got another shot right here at Kylan. Kylan is a heck of a football player, multi-talented, as we talked about, great student athlete. You know, I pick at his dad a whole lot, but didn't think the world of that family. But
Kylan is a holdback. I want to point that out because there's something else that a lot of people don't realize about this kid. He was on the academic team at Marie Roberts. How many years was you on the academic team? 3. He's been, and he's so smart. This kid, this is the kind of kid that we want to really promote here at BSN, because he can do it all. He's an excellent kid. Anything that I ask him to do, it's yes sir, no sir. Even right now, when he comes into the weight room, he's all about it. Any way that I can try to help him, he's like a sponge. He soaks it all in, and it's just a pleasure to be around.
Well, the thing that strikes me about Kylan is no matter where we ask him to play on the football field, he could play. You know, at any given moment, if I needed Kylan to change up what he was doing and go play somewhere else or play a different position, he knew what was going on and he knew what to do, and we knew he would be solid right there. So that means a lot from a young football standpoint. But I'm glad we got the chance to brag on you, buddy. I'm glad you come down and talk to us. Good to see you.
You got anything you want to tell our viewers right now? You've got 95 on Facebook.
Got 73 watching you on YouTube.
So you got anything you want to tell everybody out there?
I'm sitting between 2 of the best coaches I've ever seen.
Oh, man, that's great.
Boy.
Appreciate you, Kai. Glad you come down and see us. You got to love that, folks, when we try to brag on the kids and they brag on us.
Wow, I didn't expect that at all.
We may have us a new manager for the tag team champions. We may want to get Kylan in as a guest manager every now and then, as he thinks that much of us. But Kylan's a great kid. Like I said, comes from a great family, and we got big things to expect from Kenton, too. I know Corey's done a lot in his young football career, and Kylan has. And just great to see these young kids. Like you said, that's the kind of student athlete we want to promote here at BSN. We got about 30 seconds before the half runs out. I'm going to run down a list of sponsors real quick, Casey. Jackson Deposit Bank. Every city needs a great bank, and Jackson Deposit is Jackson's bank. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Jackson Electric, stop in and see Herbie and Scott for all your plumbing, electrical, heating, and septic needs. Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. Family and Hometown Pharmacy have always been proud supporters of the Bobcats. Citizens Bank and Trust, serving Breathitt County for over 50 years. Jackson Physical Therapy, owner Colby Watts will get you back into the action. And PDQ Sales and Service, formerly Jackson Wholesale, serving the wholesale needs and supplying Eastern Kentucky. Casey, we're right back into the action as we had a great few minutes to spend with Kylan there. But now it's back to basketball as the Eagles have the ball first here in the third period. Buckle with it, working on the right wing, looking inside. Back out the top of the key to Hensley, now over to Day on the left wing. He's being guarded by Luke Bellamy. Now over to Bowling, top of the key. Now back to Hensley. Hensley drives in against Christie, kicks back to Buckle. Buckle going to drive the lane against Sperry. He puts up a nice layup just in front of the outstretched hand of Sperry. 28-29. Bobcats with a 1-point lead going into the third period now. 7:20 to go. Dish over to Sperry by Bellamy. Inside to Turner, back to Bellamy. Puts up a nice three-point shot. That's good. Luke Bellamy opens up the third period with a big three-pointer. 32-28.
Jalen could have turned and popped that mid-range jumper.
Unselfish play by Jalen Turner.
Passed it up to get Bellamy a three-point shot, and Bellamy is just if you leave him open, he's deadly.
Yeah, he is, and proof was right there as he's hit two big threes that were both of them he was left wide open. Hensley goes to the basket, and Luke Bellamy able to kick that one out. Say, get that out of here. Turner comes down with it for the Bobcats. Rebound by Bellamy, puts up a nice floater, no good. Christie knocks it around. Hensley comes up with it for the Eagles. Now pass up the court, deflected by Jalen Turner. What athleticism by Jalen Turner as he's able to jump in front of the pass and catch the ball he deflected. Kick over to Luke Bellamy, and another big three-point basket by Luke Bellamy as Coach Justin Rice of the Eagles has to call timeout. Bobcats with a 35-28 lead. Wow, that was some quick action.
I'm telling you that, just like that, the Bobcats extended the lead there. 6 quick straight points there off of three-point baskets, both by assist from Jalen Turner to Luke Bellamy. And, man, just like that, the game's kind of blew open just a little bit here as Laser County Eagles look to try to regroup.
Well, I tell you what, Jalen Turner was able to kick that off for the Bobcats as he stepped in front of a big pass, knocked it up in the air, received his own pass, if you will, when he knocked it down, got it up the court, and Luke Bellamy with 2 big threes now here in the third quarter. Bobcats with a 35-28 lead, 6:20 to go in the third as the Eagles inbound the ball now.
Now, anytime that you call a timeout and you have the ball, you want to kind of make this possession count. As Breathitt come out in a press. Oh, and they're wanting to walk as John Noble, Coach Noble's all over the refs at the moment.
Well, it's been a couple of games since John Noble has got to be on the sideline, and he's definitely walking up down front of the bench tonight, being heard as the Eagles able to get that basket in, 35-30 now. Bobcats with the lead. Bellamy, top of the key.
Leslie makes good on the timeout there. We're able to stop the bleeding of some sort, if you will.
Real smart timeout by Coach Rice at that point.
Keep an eye on the baseline as Breathitt's been running this out of their sets as well.
Turner drives inside, puts the ball up, no good, tips it out, can't hold on to it. Buckle comes down with it. Speaking of Coach Rice, I got to give a shout out to Jeremy Rice, who said to show you a little bit of love, Casey, as Bowling for the Eagles knocks down a big three. Jay Rice said to give you some love, brother, and he said to do it in the Ric Flair style.
Well, I just tell you, he about caused a fight right here in the broadcasting booth with that flare chop that you tried to land on me.
Well, I might not have done real good at Ric Flair chop, but I can definitely get the whoo down pat.
Well, I'll just tell you, you're going to have to improve on both if we're going to take the AEW championships.
Oh, we have too much fun, brother.
Absolutely.
Turner working inside, goes up no good, but draws the foul on Day.
See, that's what I'm talking about with the flow of the game, though. The last possession, Jalen done the exact same thing, took the bump, and there was no call. And now there's a call, and you see Day shaking his head, which I don't blame him, because you can't get in any kind of rhythm when it's not called consistently like that. So it's unfortunate there as Jalen will go to the line to shoot the free throw. But, I mean, you know, me and you both are homers as far as where we're from here in Breathitt County, but we like to call it like we see it, and and I think that's what makes our broadcast so great here at BSN.
It is. We try to be unbiased. We talk about covering student athletes from all over the region. We're definitely Bobcat fans, but we try to call it like we see it. Is Day going to bring the ball across the court for the Eagles? Jalen Turner's free throw was no good. Day going to drive the lane, working against Turner and Bellamy, and he puts it up and in, 35-35, 4:50 to go here in the third period. Bellamy brings it across midcourt. Great group of fans here for both Leslie and the Breathitt Bobcats.
And just like that, we got a tied ball game. Share our broadcast out there, guys. Let's see if we can get that number up. I think we're in for a dandy finish here.
Oh, nice fake by Sperry as he goes up. Ball doesn't fall in the basket. He's working for his own rebound. Can't come up with it. We've been doing nothing but climbing on YouTube. We're up to 75 people now. We started out at about 60, and it's been climbing. So get the word out there, folks. Share this broadcast as Bowling goes up for three. No good. Turner clears that rebound off for the Bobcats. Brings the ball up the court, across midcourt. Dish over to Sperry. Sperry going to drive the lane, puts up a floater. No good. And foul going to be called. I think he's going to call that on, Bowling. I thought he was looking at Baker inside, but foul going to be called on Bowling before the basket, so no foul shot. Bobcats bring the ball inbounds to Sperry.
Timmy Fox says, my two favorite teams, but go Bobcats all the way.
Bellamy back to Sperry now, looking inside. Wants something to happen, calls for a pick from Turner. Works, back to Turner. Turner going to drive, dish over to Sperry. Sperry going to drive the lane right in front of the basket, no good. Sperry's shot's just having a hard time falling today. He's not been as lucky as he was up at Leslie when he scored. Was that the night he scored 29?
I think it was.
Or was that against Letcher?
It might have been Letcher, but either way, you know, if you're Coach Noble, you still want him to drive to the basket because any moment in time he could take over.
Yeah, Sperry definitely, you know, is going to miss a few shots when you get to shoot as much as he does. His shot's just not falling tonight, but you got to keep encouraging a kid like that because he's so good. You know, sooner or later, his shot's going to start falling.
Got a 30-second timeout by Breathitt. Breathitt take that, I believe. Yep. It's as Leslie takes their first lead in the second half here, 37-35, with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the third period. I guess it's a shameless plug, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Just so everybody knows, we're in the process right now of developing our sports talk show. We're going to do our own sports show. Probably get that started in a couple weeks. So if you've got a business and you're looking to sponsor something, get your name out there on Facebook and YouTube, hit us up. Me and Rob would love to talk to you about sponsorship as we're trying to get our sponsors lined out for what's going to be, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, sports shows in the area.
Well, I can't think of two better-looking guys, Casey, than to be talking about sponsors and be plugging people that have helped us with this sports show. Yeah, like you said, shameless plug, but hey, we got to get the information out there to folks. We want to get this going so we can brag about all the teams and all the student athletes in this region, and like you said, stretched out even farther than that. You know, if we can get over into the Pikeville area and places like that, we're going to talk about it on this show. Just because we don't cover your team specifically on BSN broadcast, live coverage, doesn't mean we're not going to be covered on the sports show. So we'll try to do some recaps, talk about everything that's going on as we continue to watch the action here with the Eagles. Hensley with the ball. But hopefully we'll get that going in a couple weeks, folks, and we'll be sure and plug it on Facebook and have it out there for you guys to tune in. We look for a big night of our first broadcast. Day steps back for a three, top of the key, no good. And I think that young man, number 4, is going to get called for that foul over the back.
Abner's going to be checking in the ball game, and so is Combs. Abner for Leslie, Combs for Breathitt.
Must be a jersey number they've changed on me as I'm hunting to see who number 4 is. Number 4 is Dalton Browning.
We have a full timeout here.
Full timeout. We're going to stay here. No commercials right now as Coach Rice trying to get his troops in front of him at the bench and give them some orders. John Noble's got his guys sitting down. He's right in front of them calling the play. And I'm double-checking my stats and my listings here to see whose name I didn't have. They just changed his number. He's not number 10. He's number 4. That was Dalton Browning. I thought was going to get called for the foul, but I don't see it on the board yet. So
I'll tell you what, in the broadcast that me and you have done, Rob, most of our games have been fairly contested.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure to call these games with you. I'm not trying to trying to build you up or anything, so I slap you on the shoulder here. But no, it's been a blast. I've had an absolute blast with you. You know, we've got people making artwork of me and you from our posts that we put on on our website there, on our Facebook page for BSN. I said that we were here to chew bubble gum and take over the world, and we're all out of bubble gum. So,
well, it's 35-37. Leslie with a 2-point lead. Combs in the ball game now for the Bobcats.
Leslie's jumped into a 3-2.
Yep. Big time pass across court to Bellamy. Jalen's calling for the lob.
He wanted a lob.
He was going to work Abner over under the basket. Combs with it now inside to Hoskins. Hoskins going to drive the lane against Abner, puts up a nice shot. Up and in for Hoskins as he's got something to say about that one going back down the court. Great job by Bryce tonight.
That's what worked well in the first half, is them playing inside out with Bryce, and that's going to be over the back.
Yep.
Over and back.
Yep, over and back called on the Eagles. Browning threw the ball back to Bowling.
We're climbing, Rob. We're up at the 146 on Facebook here.
That's great. Bellamy brings it across court, top of the key for the Bobcats. He's looking over to Turner in the corner. Now back to Bellamy. Bellamy thought about the three. Turner will shoot the three, and it rattles in. Jalen Turner says, give me the shot.
That's 5 quick points there for the Bobcats to regain this lead at 40-37.
1:26 to go in the third period. Eagles hanging around, trying to avenge a big loss by the Bobcats as Browning puts up a three off the backboard. No good. Hoskins can't hold on to the rebound. Christie comes down with it, breaks out in front of all the defenders, but Day pass to Combs. Nice layup by Andrew Combs.
Andrew Combs mostly known for his three-point shooting. He's a sharpshooter, but running the floor and making the basket there. That wasn't an easy layup as he was at a weird angle.
Great job by Christie to get that going for the Bobcats. Another three-point basket by Bowling's no good as that's knocked out of bounds by Combs. The ball will go back to the Eagles.
Yeah.
A great job by Christie, though, to come down with that rebound and just bust out of that pile. He got out in front of all the defenders except Day. Day was waiting on him at the basket, and he dished it off to Combs, who put in a nice layup for the Bobcats. Hensley now gets it inbounds to Day. He's guarded by Christie under the basket. Works, drives, spins, puts up a shot, no good. Hoskins clears that rebound. Now over to Bellamy. 43 seconds to go in the third. Over to Isaac. Bellamy in the corner for three, no good. Isaac in the ball game now for the Bobcats. He likes to shoot the three. Is Browning going to try to beat Bellamy to the hoop for a layup? Rolls off, no good. Goes back up, no good. Bowling working against both Bellamy's under the basket. Foul before the shot. Going to be on Isaac Bellamy. I thought it was before it's before the shot. He's going to take it out of bounds.
And again, it's just.
Look, yeah, it's not consistent. The foul calling has not been consistent as Abner puts up a three. Air ball no good by the Eagles. Bowling drives to the basket, puts it up and in. Nice shot by Bowling.
It's an excellent take by Bowling there. That kind of stops the bleeding again for the Leslie County Eagles here.
42-39, less than 10 seconds to go in the third. Bryce dumps it over to Christie in the corner. Andrew Combs now inside to Christie, drives to the hoop, and it rolls in.
Whoa, they called a walk.
Oh, my gosh. I thought he was fouled under the basket. Wow. They're going to call Christie for the walk on the way to the basket on a beautiful play.
Wow.
I guess I didn't see the walk. Eagles throw.
Ooh, from half court.
Eagles,
Give
Day.
him the BSN coins, folks.
Day for the Eagles throws up a shot from the scorer's table at midcourt, and it goes in, and we go to the fourth period, 42-42. Where's the momentum at now, Casey Allen?
That is incredible.
Wow. We've not seen that shot yet.
No, the BSN coins got to go today.
Yeah, 10,000 BSN coins to Mr. Day from the Leslie Eagles. Don't ask us where you can spend them at, but you know it's like those points on that. Whose line is it anyway? You know, you're getting all those points, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just go with it.
10,000 BSN coins today.
Just go with it. That's all we're saying. Just go with it.
42-42 as we go into the fourth quarter. 8 minutes left in this contest, which the Bobcats found themselves a big-time winner up in Leslie County when they first played. And here they are going into the fourth, tied. Leslie County has definitely brought their best game tonight against the Bobcats, as we've got Combs, Turner, Hoskins, Bellamy, and Sperry back in the game to start the fourth. Buckle, Hensley, Bowling, Abner, and Day in the game for the Eagles. Bellamy, top of the key, dishes to Combs. Combs looking inside, gives to Sperry over on the left wing. Now back to Combs, now back to Sperry. Ball tipped. Sperry comes back down with it, drives out of trouble, takes it to the lane, fakes out 2 or 3. They're going to call Sperry for the wall. I thought that was a nice fake, but the referee says his feet left the ground. And they're going to call a walk on Sperry, so big turnover. Eagles come up with it. Breathitt with a little bit of a press. Bowling gets the ball across to Buckle. Buckle going to drive the lane against Hoskins. Had Turner on his hip pocket. That's good. 44-42. The Eagles of Leslie County find themselves in the lead. Sperry over to Bellamy. Thought about the three, give to Combs. Combs dishes inside to Turner. Now over to Sperry, who's wide open. No good with that three-point shot. Abner comes down with a rebound for the Eagles. Sperry still trying to get hot here in the fourth quarter. Hensley dishes back to Day. Day drives the lane against Sperry, puts up a floater, no good. Tip, rebound, goes out to Sperry. Sperry pushes the ball up the court. 3-on-3, if you will. He drives, dishes out to Bellamy from the arc.
And
the shot is good, and he gets fouled.
A 4-point play, the rare 4-point play, if you will.
Luke Bellamy coming through for the Bobcats with a big three-pointer and gets the foul. We're still climbing on YouTube. We got 80 people watching on YouTube now. So
we got 168.
82.
168 on Facebook and climbing. Hopefully we can.
This is great.
I'd like to hit 300, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would too. This is great numbers for YouTube. We usually don't have that many. So
Bellamy completes it.
Bellamy's free throw's good, and that's a nice 4-point play by Luke Bellamy. 46-44. Bobcats in the lead. Bowling gets the ball up to Buckle. Buckle over to Hensley. Hensley looks, dishes over to Day, who's wide open from three-point land. No good. Turner with a great rebound as he manhandles his way out of there with that ball. Over to Combs, puts up a three. It looks good, and it is.
I'm telling you, this kid right here, if I had to bet everything I had on one shot, it would be between him and Bellamy. I don't know who I would put everything on the line for there.
Well, I was looking back to see where Merv was at, to see what his reaction was as Andrew, don't leave me open. Combs hits that one. Day goes up for three, no good. Another big rebound by Jalen Turner. 49-44, 6:08 to go in the fourth period. Sperry with it deep from three-point land, no good. And Turner went up for the rebound. Bowling going to hit the floor, and I think that foul is going to be on Turner.
It'll be 33 on Turner here. I think we'll get a timeout.
Turner playing an aggressive ball game here tonight defensively.
Breathitt calling a timeout. Yeah, he's really turned the knob, if you will, on his intensity way up over the last little bit. And
I can't wait to see this guy on the football field this fall. Wow.
You and me both.
89 people now on YouTube as we continue to grow. We love it, folks. Keep sharing and telling people about this great ball game we got. 6 minutes to go in the fourth period here at the Fairce Woods Coliseum, 49-44. Bobcats in the lead.
If you own a business, I'm going to say it one more time before I forget. If you own a business and you're interested in becoming a sponsor for BSN, reach out to us, because we're going to start our own sports show within a couple of weeks here, and we're looking for sponsors for that. So, reach out to me or Rob, and we would gladly get you the information for that.
The BSN Mega Sports Show needs you as a sponsor. How about that?
I like it.
Bowling gets it up to Day. Day back to Bowling now. Trying to beat Breathitt's press, get it across midcourt, and they do. Day Going to kick it back out to Bowling. Bowling drives, stops, kicks back to Day. Now Hensley at the top of the key. He's content to look inside right now, waiting for a pick. Day breaks free. Pass over to Buckle now to Abner. Abner, that was a walk.
Oh,
that was a walk. Yeah, somebody finally called it. As first he threw the elbow to hook and get around Hoskins and moved his feet, and they called the walk. Sorry, folks, I got a little bit excited that time when I called that.
Yeah, you just want it to be called right down the middle. That's the big thing, and that's they did get the right call there. He did walk.
Sperry now with it for the Bobcats. Looks inside, dishes over to Combs. Now to Turner, back to Combs. Combs puts up a long three, no good. Sperry goes up for the rebound, tips down to Day. Day pushes the court for the Eagles, runs over Combs, and they're going to call Combs for the blocking foul.
I thought Day was a little out of control going towards Combs there.
Well, I'll just tell you what I thought. I thought Andrew Combs already had a post office box set up there. He'd set up shop and was pretty much at home, and Day came through there, and Combs going to get called for the blocking foul. Day now under the basket, puts up a layup.
Christian, if you don't care, could you send me a message on Facebook there, and I'll try to get that to you as quickly as possible, okay? Thank you for reaching out to us.
Sperry brings it across midcourt, 49-46, 4:55 to go in the fourth period. Sperry looks inside to Hoskins. Now dishes.
What a look.
Wow. Oh, the ball didn't go in for Turner, but he gets his own rebound, goes up behind his head, no good. Hoskins really set up a nice play with a no-look pass to Turner. Ball still tipped up. Sperry can't come down with it. Here comes Bowling for the Eagles. A lot of action. Day slows it down for the Eagles. Hensley with it now, top of the key. Working against Sperry, and they're going to call Turner for the cheap foul again.
That'll be 4 on Jalen.
Tyler Christie going to come in for Turner right now. I mean, he didn't even hand check him. You know, I didn't see.
Me and you are a fan of very physical basketball.
Once again, that's why we aren't the referee. Yeah, let's see them play. If they're going to call a foul, that was a foul.
Yeah, I thought it was myself too.
That was a foul, but it didn't get called.
Coach Noble was a little bit upset with that himself there.
Yeah, we got a timeout here, 49-48. 4:22 to go in the fourth period. I'm going to run down some sponsors real quick. Jackson Deposit Bank. Every city needs a great bank, and Jackson Deposit is Jackson's bank. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with their famous hoagies. Jackson Electric, stop in and see Herbie and Scott for all your electrical, plumbing, and heating needs. Family Pharmacy and Hometown Pharmacy, great people who have your safety at heart. Citizens Bank and Trust, serving Breathitt County for over 50 years. Be sure and check out the CBTJ free mobile app on your phone. Jackson Physical Therapy, owner Colby Watts, will get you back into the action. And PDQ Sales and Service, formerly Jackson Wholesale, serving the wholesale needs and supplying Eastern Kentucky. Folks, it's 4:22 to go in the fourth period. Bobcats with a 49-48 lead. Casey, I got to tell you right now, with this action back and forth, you got to say who's going to have the ball last.
That's what it's coming down to.
That's really what it looks like right now to me.
Who's going to make the
not to discourage any Bobcat fans, but
who's going to make the fewer mistakes down the home stretch here?
You said it.
Bryce Hoskins calling out from half court on what
Sperry,
the Bobcats need to be
Sperry
doing.
trying to get past the double team, dishes to Hoskins. He brings it across midcourt. He's going to go to the basket hard. Whoa. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
He didn't even touch him.
You got to be kidding me.
He didn't even touch him.
Bryce Hoskins turned, going up for the shot.
Didn't touch.
And didn't even bump Day, and Day hits the floor, and the foul's going to be called on Big Bryce.
It's unbelievable.
As we talk about consistency, and there seems to not be a whole lot of it here tonight. John Noble right in the ear of the referee now as Day brings the ball up the court for the Eagles. Dish inside to Baker, goes up strong. That's going to make it 50-49 Eagles.
Man, I love the action, though.
I do too. Great action. 3:55 to go here in the fourth period.
This game's going to make both of these teams better going forward.
Oh, it sure will.
Bellamy.
Big shot by Bellamy is good.
Wow.
Three-pointer from his house.
That's unbelievable. I mean, the kid's got ice water in his veins to shoot a shot like that at this stage of the game.
Hensley now brings it into the lane, dishes out to Day at the 3-point line, no good. Ball down to Christie, knocked away, goes up against Hoskins. Hensley couldn't get it to fall. Now Hoskins comes down with the ball. The referee's going to have to get control of this ball game real quick, or it's going to get out of hand. And that falls on the referees. I'm sorry. In a game like this, when it starts getting a little bit chippy, it's the referee's job to make sure everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, there was definitely some jawing going on there after that bump.
Big Hoskins came down with the rebound and had people hanging all over him. Bobcats with the ball in a 52-50 lead now. Inside to Hoskins, back out to Bellamy, who's open for three. Then it rims out. It was going in and just rimmed back out. Combs stripped of the ball by Hensley. Hensley going to go to the basket, puts it up and in for the layup. Tie ball game, 52-52. 2:57 to go in the fourth.
Susan Melton says, go Leslie Eagles. Jamie Wilder says, go, let's go Bobcats. We got a mixture of Eagles fans and Bobcats fans in here tonight.
Nice basket by Christie as the Bobcats passed the ball all over the court that time. Hoskins able to find Christie inside. Christie goes up with the basket and the foul. Nice play that time as he was able to box out and get the ball, protect the ball to the rim, and draw the foul. You got to think John Noble's still in the ear of that referee as he's standing right there close. Big basket by Christie and a big foul shot to give the Bobcats a 3-point play, 55-52.
Coach Noble calling Breathitt out of their press defense here as Leslie's bringing the ball up the court.
Hensley with it across midcourt for the Eagles.
Clayton Sizemore chiming in, says, go Leslie.
Day with it. Looks in the corner for Bowling. Bowling working against Sperry. Now back out to Hensley at the top of the key. Dish into Day on the block, working against Christie. Back out to Baker. Baker that's a walk. Baker wanted to go up with a shot, didn't put the ball on the court, moved to the basket and called for the walk.
We've seen a lot of the players pump fake and then try to drive, and it's getting called for a walk. I personally would not have called that, but.
Sperry with it at the top of the key for the Bobcats. Sitting right at the emblem here at the Coliseum, over to Bellamy. Now in the corner, Sperry going to drive, put up a nice jump shot, no good. Chases down his own ball as it's tipped out. Inside to, inside to Turner with the lob. Went up, no good, but he's going to go to the foul line.
That was a good foul by Baker there. If he doesn't foul there and Jalen's able to complete that dunk, that lob,
the roof comes off.
Yeah, the roof of this place comes off, and momentum is definitely in the favor of the Bobcats.
Well, Turner's still able to control a little bit of momentum as he gets the foul shot to rattle in. Nice lob by Sperry, and Turner was there to finish but got fouled. Man, Bobcats really getting after it. 56-52. Hensley brings the ball up for the Eagles. Dish inside to Baker. Goes up against Hoskins, and Baker called for the walk. Again, the walk's called on Baker. Wow.
Baker's looking puzzled with.
Well, I didn't see that one either. Maybe I wouldn't watch it close enough.
Dana and Fudd Hayes says C-A-T-S, cats, cats, cats.
Now Coach Price right in the ear.
And rightfully so.
The referee as Hensley takes that pass away, goes up for a layup. It's good for the Eagles. 56-54, 1:34 to go in the fourth period. Man, what a matchup. Justin Rice still talking to the referee there a minute ago, and I don't blame him. Hoskins looking inside, puts the ball on the court, dishes back out to Christie. Christie stops, goes inside the lane, puts up a shot, and it's.
Who's he going to call it on here?
He's going to be fouled. I think it's going to be on Baker. Yep, 33.
Baker, that was his fourth foul.
I think it is. Yep, that's 4 on him.
Timmy Ann Fox says overtime. I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't hurt my feelings any to be able to watch this game go in overtime.
Tyler Christie with a great move to the basket, but got fouled as he goes to the free throw line, puts up his first shots good.
Some big time free throws here with 1:15 seconds left in the ball game.
It sure is.
We're up to 226 people on Facebook here.
I got 86 on YouTube.
We've made it over 300.
Over 300. Christie's second shot is good.
Braden Turner says, go Breathitt. think we're in for a really good finish, folks.
We sure are, as it ticks down to about 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the fourth. 58-54 Bobcats. Hensley wanted to shoot it but doesn't. Kick over to Bowling now. Bowling looking for somebody open inside. Can't find anybody. Dish to Hensley. Top of the key. Three-point shot. No good off the back of the rim. Turner with it for the Bobcats. Up the court quick to Sperry. Hoskins telling him to slow it down. Sperry now dribbles all over the court.
Timeout.
And we're going to get a timeout from Coach John Noble. What a great game we've got right here in Jackson as the Eagles have come to town calling, looking to avenge the loss.
Who do you send to the free throw line if you're Leslie? Because that's what it's going to come down to.
You know, that's a tough choice. You know, that's a tough choice right now. All the Bobcats we got on the floor, fairly good free throw shooter.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really good night, really, for the Leslie Eagles. As I've looked over some of their stats, they're averaging 61 points a game, and they've really been able to hold the Bobcat team that, you know, has been busting loose here as of late, scoring points.
Well, we got a second. I do want to talk about our schedule coming up this week. If the weather permits, we are going to be back here in the Coliseum Monday for, is it the girls' game? I'm not 100% sure. Todd, do you know who we got Monday?
I think Monday is a girls' game and Tuesday's a boys' game, I believe. Like you said, weather permitting. I can tell you real quick.
While you're looking that up, I'll read off some of these comments. We have, I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Shanda Michelle Walker says, "Go Bobcats," watching from West Virginia. Clayton Sizemore says, "Glad to see you on here, Wayne." Okay. Travis Terry says, "I'm very impressed with Christie's free throw shooting ability. He's clutch."
Well, right now, looks like
as Christie's got the ball here. No foul. Goes up and makes it out. That's a great inbounds play there.
Hard to the basket, and it was good.
Day's dribbling. He's driving down the basket. He goes up. Got a foul called, and he gets the basket to go in. So for a chance for a and one here for the three-point play, as Breathitt has a 60-56 lead at the moment.
Monday's game is actually the Breathitt boys against the Jackson City boys.
Okay.
And then they will be right back here Tuesday for that game against Wolf, weather permitting. Day's free throw shot is good.
And just like that, we're down to a one-possession ball game with 34 seconds left. Glenn Abner's wanting to know, do you buy tickets at the door still, or how are they doing it? I think it's that online thing.
They've been selling tickets online. I'm not for sure the name of the website or the ticket broker, if you will, that's selling the tickets, but I think they've been selling them online. I don't think they were selling tickets to this game at the door.
Pamela Mullins chiming in says, "I think it is the prettiest gym in the state." I've got to be honest with you, it's definitely in my top 5 of gyms I've ever been to or watched a game, I should say. This one, the Memorial Gym and Hazard are my 2 favorites from the 14th region. Not biased by any means. It's just the upgrades that have happened here in Breathitt County. We've talked about it almost every broadcast, have been outstanding by the Board of Education and the athletic director here in Kyle Moore. They've put a lot of effort into making this what it is, and it's the best it's ever looked.
Sperry gets tied up in the corner with a double team from Bowling and Day. And the foul going to be on Bowling, I believe. Yep, foul on Bowling.
Okay, Jerry Pelfrey chimed in, said tickets can be bought at gofan.com.
Gofan.com, okay. We'll try to remember that. I'll write that down.
I'm sorry, and give another one to Tiffany Combs there. Tiffany chimed in and said it can be purchased online there as well. So thank you guys for chiming in and getting us that information. We'll try to have that up on our Facebook page later on as well.
Sperry finds himself at the free throw line after getting fouled down here in the corner. His first shot's good.
Makes it a 4-point game with 32 seconds left. Breathitt's up 61-57. They'll be shooting the double bonus the remainder of this ball game.
Jim goes quiet as Sperry puts up his second shot, and it's good. Nothing but net. Eagles run the floor up quickly today. Day puts up a 3. It's good. Nothing but net for Day on that 3-point basket.
2-point game with 20 seconds left.
62-60. Bobcats get the ball in. Buckle tries to pick it off from Turner. Turner pushes it up the court to Christie.
That's a good call by the referee. That's a great call by the referee. Is the foul happened right before he passed the ball.
Is that going to be on Hensley?
It's on number 14.
Yeah. No, that's on Buckle.
We got people chiming in. What is Breathitt's record this year? Breathitt has lost 2 ball games.
Breathitt's 11-2 right now. Turner's first shot's no good.
Travis Terry says,
seconds.
now we need some turf on the football field. I agree. You raise the money, Travis, and we'll lay it down.
Amen.
How about that?
Preach it. Second shot by Turner's no good as it comes down to Day. 9 seconds to go, 62-60. Day drives the lane, goes up, no good, and they call him for a walk. They called Day for a walk under the basket as he did. He pivoted and moved that foot he had planted, and that is a walk with 5.3 seconds to go, 62-60. You better believe the Eagles are going to try to foul quick as the ball comes into Sperry, and Baker hugs him up.
That's Baker's
That's
fifth
5
foul.
on Baker.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's walking to the box, because that's going to show 5 on him.
I don't blame him, though. I would have
Yep.
tried to do it, too, to see if he could get away with it.
Great game by him. I mean, he's a big guy inside. We expected a lot more out of him, really, but he had a great game as Abner comes in for him. That tells you what kind of defense Mr. Baker's played tonight, with him 4.4 seconds in the game, fouls out. He's really took it to Hoskins under the basket tonight. Sperry's free throw is good.
Got a timeout here by Leslie County. It'll be a full timeout.
4.4 seconds to go, 63-60. The next foul shot by Austin Sperry, a very important one.
Yeah, if he makes this as a 2-possession game with 4 seconds left, as of right now, it is a 3-point game. If you miss this, if you're Breathitt, you foul.
You foul quick.
You send them to the line, in my opinion, and make them shoot the free throws and take the chance that way. You don't let them try to get a 3 up. As Day proved at halftime, he can make one from half court if given the opportunity. So if you're Breathitt here regardless, I don't think you give them the opportunity to shoot a 3. Now, obviously, if he makes it, you're not going to foul as it is a 2-possession game, but if you miss, I think you foul immediately and send them to the foul line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, you're right, Casey. They've got to – the only way the Eagles can stop the clock right now is to foul. And the clock, if this shot goes in by Sperry, the clock is not their friend. So let's see what Coach Rice has to say here about this, as he's got a play drawn up for his Eagles.
Gotta love the fight by the Eagles, though. They've come back from really getting it handed to them on their home court. They've come in and they've absolutely played lights out and kept this game close throughout. Several times had leads, as Sperry is going to shoot his second free throw here to try to extend it to a 2-possession game.
Shots up, and it's in. Nothing but net for Sperry on that shot. 64-60 as the Eagles run the floor. Day puts up a long 3 as the buzzer's going to sound. And the Eagles a little bit too late on that one. 64-63 as the Bobcats escape with a 1-point lead. The Eagles wishing for about 10 more seconds on the clock right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, they had shots fall and had some foul trouble there. And like we talked about earlier, just getting a consistent game call makes all the difference, as Coach Noble's calling his boys back to clean the bench because they left a mess there.
I just got to give Coach Noble props as he came over and spoke to Bowling and Day. And last but not least, John Noble made sure he gave a big fist pump to Ethan Wolf on Wolf's way out of the building. A great ball game here as we'll take a quick break and go to commercial and pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, located in Jackson, Kentucky, is proud to serve Breathitt and surrounding communities. They are also proud to support the local schools and sports teams. Come in and allow them to help you with all your electric and plumbing supply needs. And now introducing Jackson Septic Supply, selling concrete septic tanks. Give Herbie and the gang a call at 606-666-4052 to see how they can help you.
At Jackson Deposit Bank, you will find the same small-town community bank atmosphere our loyal customers have expected and appreciated for over a century at this location. With the new name of Jackson Deposit Bank, you will now have access to the most modern banking products and services covering all your needs. Visit us online at cdbt.com, download our mobile app, or come in and let one of our dedicated customer service representatives guide you through our many new products and services, including mobile deposit, virtual wallet, and Zelle, our newest peer-to-peer payment solution. We bring the community bank to you. Visit Jackson Deposit Bank and discover how you can now bank local anywhere. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
PDQ Sales and Services, formerly known as Jackson Wholesale Company, is a locally owned and operated convenience store and grocery store supplier with a full line of products. They have ice cream, groceries, meat, dairy, candy, and more. They even have janitorial supplies including Tactical Strike disinfectant. Tactical Strike has been approved by the EPA to kill the virus that causes COVID-19. Give PDQ a call today at 606-666-2495.
Bank and Trust Company of Jackson has been locally owned and operated since 1962. We offer several products that help make banking convenient. Ticketless deposits at our ATMs, online banking, our CBTJ mobile banking app, and compatibility with mobile wallet. Give us a call at 606-666-7575 or visit us on the web at citizensbankjackson.bank to see how we can help you. Citizens Bank and Trust Company of Jackson is always searching for ways to serve you better. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, folks, we're back after that commercial break. The Bobcats get out of here with a 64-63 win over the Eagles. The Eagles come back to avenge a big defeat on their home court. And I tell you what, Casey, they just came up 1 point and a few seconds away from doing that, as the Bobcats are lucky to get out of here tonight with a 1 point victory.
This game's going to make both teams better. Going forward, you know, obviously I can tell you right now that Austin Sperry is not happy with his performance, which, don't get me wrong, he still played a good ball game, and going forward, you know, he will only get better from that. But you know, both of these teams are going to learn a lot going forward from this ball game. I think this is going to give Leslie County some much needed confidence going forward. Breathitt, they've got several things that they could work on. I was kind of shocked that they went away from Hoskins early on, as when they went to him early and they built the lead, and then they kind of went away from that as the game went along. But I personally would play inside out with Hoskins. He is such a force right now, and he's playing with such tenacity on both ends of the court. That, man, I'm just all about rewarding the big guys, and I'm blown away with how he's performed of late. And man, I'm telling you, the tournament, when tournaments hit here shortly, it is going to be a blast.
Well, everybody seems to be getting better right now, and that's what you want on a basketball team at this point in the season. You want to be getting better when it comes to tournament time, and we've witnessed it in a couple ball games as teams that a lot of people thought Breathitt were going to handle pretty easily have came in. You know, even though the Guardian team wasn't a district foe or a region foe, they were able to come back and play the Bobcats really tough. And this Leslie County Eagles team with Coach Rice really came in here and had something to prove, if you will. And like I said, they were just 1 point away from getting the job done and tying it up. Really great game. Going forward, like you said, I think this is going to be an interesting tournament when we get to tournament time. Bobcats got nothing to do but get better, and they've played some great basketball thus far and really looking good. And the Eagles have got a lot to look forward to if they come out and play like they did tonight.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to this week. Hopefully the weather holds off and we're able to get in some of these games. I'm really interested in seeing what happens on Tuesday with Breathitt and Wolf if we're able to do that ball game.
Folks, stay tuned to Facebook on Bluegrass Sports Nation's page and pay attention to all our posts and our listings. We want to thank everybody for tuning in on YouTube and Facebook tonight and being with us here for this Bobcat 1 point win over the Eagles. That'll do it for BSN. For Casey Allen, Ty Back, Darren Back, I'm Rob Hounshill. We'll see you on the next one.